A structure I see come up constantly in business law is this 50-50 partnership. So exactly split down the middle. And on the surface, it makes sense. You would think equal ownership, equal control, or equal upside. But the legal problem isn't fairness, but it's governance of that 50-50 partnership. In most states, including under standard LLC statutes, ownership percentage directly controls voting power unless the operating agreement says otherwise. So a 50-50 split means neither party has final authority, and so in reality, no decisions can be made that are contentious. And so that works fine when everyone agrees. But the issues arise when they don't. And legally, a deadlock is not a breach. And so it's not a breach of that agreement. And courts don't step in to decide business judgment calls. They're not going to make your decisions for you. And so if there's no tie-breaking mechanism written into that operating agreement, the company just can't act. And the law treats that paralysis of the company as a structural failure, not a legal wrong. And so it's not the court's job to step in. And so what happens next is usually one of two things. It's either a forced dissolution under state law or extremely expensive litigation where one party asks the court to unwind the business entirely, and neither outcome preserves any value of that business. And so that's why sophisticated operating agreements don't just allocate ownership, but they allocate control. They define the decision thresholds, they give manager authority. A lot of them have buy-sell provisions and specifically exit mechanisms to avoid type of deadlock. And so the takeaway isn't that 50-50 ownership is illegal. It's that equal ownership without governance framework creates a legal risk. And so in business law, uncertainty isn't neutral. It's usually extremely expensive.